Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I want to remind you, we're all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our official website, thestephennightshow.com. All right, so Kanye West has taken another step towards becoming a presidential candidate. He is officially named vice president, according to TMZ. It's being reported that Ye will run alongside a woman by the name of Michelle Tidball, and she has her name on the Arkansas filing of his official VP. As far as his campaign goes, a spokesperson for Arkansas Secretary of State told TMZ that Kanye turned his required 1,000 signatures to become an independent candidate. They also made it mention that he turned the signatures in with his 15 minutes before the official deadline. Now, of course, once her name was listed, Michelle Tidball, people wanted to find out more about her. She's self-described as a biblical life coach. She reportedly lives in Cody, Wyoming, and owns a ranch there. Michelle also runs a nonprofit Bible study program called Abundant Ministries. She has an extensive background in mental health therapy. It's reported that she was a mental health therapist for 10 years with various degrees in mental health and criminal justice. And as you know, Kanye has been very vocal about running for president and has already held a campaign rally in South Carolina. Naturally, the rally made news for many things, including him revealing that he and his wife, Kim Kardashian, apparently spoke about possibly aborting their first child together, something Kanye later publicly apologized for. Now, Kanye still maintains that he is the presidential hopeful, though there are many details about his relationship with Michelle and her qualifications. Ms. Parker, what do you think about this announcement?
Well, just because there are medical doctors that kill their patients. Unfortunately, there are people who are supposed to be helping people and they don't. And this is the case of it. Like, she's probably one of those people who just have attached herself to him for her own agenda, because if you're a mental health therapist and you're a mental health professional, you will know that that man needs help. And so instead of adding to the foolishness that is going on, you would provide your service to help him and be in that way a way to help him heal. So I think it's all just ridiculous. I really don't care who she is. Kanye West is really not on my radar as far as politics. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I had a comment, I can't think what it was. Chike, what are your thoughts?
So everybody knows what kind of individual we have in office right now, right? Kanye has gone on record saying that he has mental illness. He has gone on record saying that he's bipolar. Why in the hell are we having Kanye West conversation? The man is not fit for office already. You're going to put another unfit man in the office? Like, seriously, why are we having this conversation?
Yeah, but
but
Donald Trump hasn't admitted to his. He probably has
exactly.
This.
Exactly. But Kanye has admitted to it. So why are we even having this conversation? He's never going to make the nomination.
Because he has the platform to. Unfortunately, you know, if he's
turning paperwork. I forgot because I'm peeping all real agendas today. I forgot his album didn't come out yet, so he needs to have some sensationalism around him so he can release it. This is Taylor Swift's fault. She shouldn't have came out with that album. So
right. Hopefully, we would have been done with this. Right.
Exactly.
Not here.
Okay, so the question is my thoughts around his select VP.
His selected him seeming to want to move forward with this after everything that's happened.
Hey, the guy's got a dream. You know, I don't know, but I don't know about this lady. I don't know who she is. This is my first time hearing this name. I haven't been following this, so it'd be cool to look her up and see who she is out there in the world. But I mean, sounds like he's got a dream. It sounds like he's serious, and yeah.
Times I dream.
Yeah,
it is me. No, but so okay, a president. Okay, VP. So if God forbid something were to happen to Ye, she's gonna be in office.
Why do you call that man Ye?
That's what they call him, Ye. But Yeezy. But anyway, if someone,
that's what he calls himself.
He calls himself that.
Oh, I thought it was Ye. My bad. I was always like, why does he call him Ye? Yeah, I thought it was Ye.
No, it's Ye.
It was Ye for Yeezus. Remember?
Yeezus.
The new
Yeezy. I've never. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, but so she's a mental health. Her background's in mental health. What does she know about foreign policy and running a country?
The same amount of stuff Trump does. Shoot.
Right. So It's okay. Train wreck. All right. So, following the news surrounding Ellen DeGeneres and her talk show being investigated for allegations of mistreatment, discrimination, and racism, many on social media are already thinking of her possible replacement if she does decide to step down, courtesy of the hashtag Replace Ellen. Twitter users offered several celebrities who they believe should be step into Ellen's shoes and host her talk show. Now, following the increasing rumors that Ellen DeGeneres' Emmy-winning daytime talk show is close to being a thing of the past, many online think that they have the perfect replacement, and they created that hashtag. So hashtag Replace Ellen started trending today with a host of celebrity names and potential hosts, including Tiffany New York Pollard, remember New York, I love New York, Tiffany Haddish, please no, Tamara Lowry, who just left The Real, Wanda Sykes, Laverne Cox, Nina Parker, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, Little Yachty, and Dr. Anthony Fauci. And of course, our forever First Lady, Michelle Obama, and RuPaul made the list. Ms. Parker, who would be the best replacement for Ellen? Do you think there is a replacement?
No, there is no replacement. No, they shouldn't replace Ellen. And if I'm understanding the situation is that some people have filed wrongful employment issues against people that work there, right? Other people
Yeah, it's not against her.
It's not against Ellen. It's
that
against
were
people
running.
who work there.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous. I think anybody with common sense would know that if you're running a business, there are going to be some fools that work for you. And no matter what you put in place, because I'm on a diversity board now at a company that is $500 million, the company that I work for. And when I went into this, I was naive. I was like, oh, I don't think maybe it's not a policy thing. We can change the policy and come in with different policies. But what I really think is, I think we need to, influence people to change their hearts. A month into it, I'm like, listen, write all the policies you can, because you realize that, people individually they're going to want to change their hearts. No matter what policies you put in place, who someone is going to show up at work. Who someone is at their core is going to show up more so at work, because we actually spend more time at work. And this is why I tell people corporate America is one of the most toxic places you can be. And if you're not doing your work to be a healthy person, you will get drowned into that, because people come into work with all their mess, all of their stuff that they have not dealt with, all their home issues, childhood trauma, insecurities, all those things come into the workplace. So if they haven't individually dealt with those things, you're going to have to put policies in. And what I read is that she did have policies against discrimination. She came into this in her first meeting with her staff. Anytime somebody joined one of the meetings or videos that they watch, is her telling them that, I want to create a fun environment that's inclusive. So if you already put all those things in place and you still have issues, there is no company that's going to be without issues, because individual, and because it's a representation, our workplace is a representation of America. And if it is a representation of America, it's by nature going to be flawed. So I think, I think when we hear stories, people are so surface. It's so quick to react and not really thinking things through. Like, what does this really mean? But I think Ellen at her core is a good person. She means well. She's needed on television. She's needed in this space. She's needed for healing. She's needed. Her energy, her vibration is needed on that platform.
Yeah. Chike, what are your thoughts?
All Ellen wants to do is dance, man. Leave her alone.
And give people money and opportunity.
Yeah.
She gave away stuff.
One person.
Sent people to school for generations. And
yeah.
Please.
And I don't really see her being discriminatory, because she knows what that feels like.
It wasn't against her. It's what I read is against her employees, some of her employees.
Okay, so why are we in this state of cancel Ellen? I don't like this cancel culture thing. We are human. We are flawed. People make mistakes. People go down wrong roads all the time. Do you excommunicate them from life because they made a mistake? Like, that's crazy. Even though this isn't about Ellen, it's about the company, but you're making her the face of it. You're making her own. That's horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nair.
Yeah, I don't know enough. I don't know Ellen, and I don't know these claims. I don't know what they are. I have no clue. I just am introduced to this through you. So I'm one of those people. I'm not the surface. I'm not on the surface like Ms. Parker mentioned. So without me knowing anything, it's kind of hard. Do I like Ellen? I think she's cool from her show and what I see. I think she's fun and she's a cool person. She seems like a decent person, but I don't know Ellen. That's what I'm supposed to see. I don't know what goes on at her camp. And if she's thinking about stepping down, is what I thought I heard you say, or thinking about relinquishing being the host, then maybe there's a reason. Maybe she knows more than what is even out at this point, or actually knows the details of what's happening. I don't know. I'm not concerned with that. But if that's something she feels she should do, by all means, you know, she should do what she feels she needs to do to rectify herself and her environment. But I do like her show when I've caught it. I thought it was fun, and I thought it was a pretty useful show. It was fun, and it wasn't like Wendy Williams, for example. You know, it was a very, very, very
positive.
And that show has
uplifting.
And Wendy Williams has her show. I'm sure has its own space. I don't really watch it much, but Ellen's show, I did get a good feeling from watching that. And like you said, it was very uplifting. She gave a lot back to people, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have a side or is a part of something that
the allegation has nothing to do with Ellen.
Well, what I'm saying is this. Wait, hear me out. What I'm saying is this. I understand that because that's out now, is what you just said. But maybe Ellen has some information that we don't know, that it is not in front of us, that she knows that it could be coming to her, you know, is what I'm saying. I don't know. Hey, let me tell you this. I was kicked out of school, Miss Parker. I was kicked out of school for allegations against people in my organization. I was kicked out of my university. Of course, I didn't let another person take blame for what they did. It was not me at all. But I knew the story, but it wasn't out in front of the people who kicked me out of school, and I wouldn't put it out. But I suffered for that. I got kicked out of my university. So this is what I'm saying. I'm speaking to this idea is I don't know what Ellen knows. I know what's out from what you guys are sharing now, but maybe she feels that this is a way to rectify. I
agree with you. She certainly does. She does feel like, okay, if I step down, you know, she released a video and a statement stating that, you know, she never wanted to create a platform that hurt anyone. So if her stepping down and somebody else coming in and building a new environment that is conducive to kind of the message that she stands for and what she stands for, she would rather step down and have somebody else do that.
Right, but that's what she's telling. Remember, this is entertainment biz. This is what she's going to tell people who don't need to know the dark, is what I'm saying. If you're not entitled to the dark, to knowing her dark, you're not going to know it unless somebody finds it and exposes it. Other than that, she's going to tell you what her publicist tell her to get in front of the camera and say. So
we had a similar conversation about Kanye. You know, it was. I think that your response was a lot more with the Kanye situation. I feel like you not knowing Kanye, you gave him grace, right?
You got to remember. I told you this in my last time. I said it. Let me not say I told you because that sounds demeaning. But I said my thing is not about Kanye West. It never has been. If you look back, you'll remember I said this. I said, I'm more concerned about the system, the institution that we're taking from him. And if we say we need to be empathetic to people who are mentally ill, then we can't open the space and then attack people. We have to be empathetic all the way through. It's not about Kanye West. It's about anyone who may take that stand of being vulnerable with an illness or otherwise, their thoughts or otherwise, is what I'm saying.
I don't think that was the comment I was talking about, but we can move on because I'm in agreement with that. So
okay.
Well, let me just say this. So
tell me later because I want to know what I said. I really do.
So Ellen, it does have to do with her because it's her company, but they're not saying that she did these things. But what happened was first it started off with the discrimination and the racism at the show. And then once she addressed that, that's when the sexual allegations came out. So I think it's getting hit from different ways. She did release a statement to her. She sent out an email or a letter to her employees saying that as the show continued to get bigger and bigger and bigger, you know, she couldn't control everything that was going on. That's why she had people hired to do so. But it'll be interesting to see. I don't think that the Ellen show won't be what it is without her.
No.
So they just had to come up with a different kind of talk show. Yeah.
Cordone is good too, though. That guy is good, but yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Create a new platform and a new talk show for whoever they hire.
Right.
Fill that
Yeah.
space.
That's kind of like
the Ellen show hosted by somebody else.
That's like when Steve Harvey, his contract ended. They brought in from American Idol.
Ryan.
No.
Who?
From America, Kelly Clarkson. They brought in Kelly Clarkson, but they didn't try to keep Steve's show. They did her own.
Created
show.
a new show
for
Kelly, right?
All right, real quick, our last story. So a Chicago Dunkin Donuts employee has just caught multiple charges due to tampering with local police officers' order. So apparently the officer came in, he ordered a large black coffee, and because it was so hot, he took the top off from the lid, and when he looked into it, he saw mucus. And so the Dunkin Donut worker, his name is Vincent J. Slessler, and he was arrested, and following investigation remains in police custody at Chicago Police Department. So formal charges include suspicion of battery on a police officer, disorderly conduct, and reckless conduct. This State Department said it is currently unclear if Slessler has acquired an attorney at this time. Apparently there's been this attack on police officers throughout the country, I guess amid of everything that's going on. What do you think about this attack on police officers, Ms. Parker?
It's nasty. That's just gross. There's no way I can defend that in any shape or fashion. It's just, it's gross. It's a health thing. It's a moral thing. It's a conscious thing. It's all, why would you even do something like that? It's wrong. And whatever the person have coming to them as far as legal stuff, they deserve it. It's just, that's not the way.
Chica?
I'm in agreement with what Ms. Parker said, but I would be trying to get him on attempted murder too. This is COVID time.
That's what I was thinking. COVID.
Attempted murder.
Yeah, that's true. That's just so gross. Like, so what?
Naya?
Yeah, that's wrong. That ain't the way. That ain't the way. That officer, he probably said his grace that day before he drank his coffee.
Yeah.
Said his grace and popped his lid off. That's
horrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it could be attempted murder. It is COVID time, and people, listen, being attacking police officers, shooting at police officers, things like that is not going to get our message across. So we got to be smarter, and we got to do better. But listen, Ms. Parker, see you Mental Health Mondays, Chike Movie Reviews, Nair next week. Next week, we have our last show until we take our much-needed summer break. We're back in September, but we'll see you. Well, good night, everyone. Have a good one. I'll see the rest of y'all later on. And right back after this.